It's Thursday, and here we are again. So this is, I think, is this number 7? I think this is the 7th video in the series, and yo, for once, we actually have some new content and stuff to talk about. There was like a big update for World of Warcraft this week, so we got a new best in slot belt, which we need to do delves for, which is absolutely awful. I hate delves. I think delves are absolute hot trash. So it's really frustrating that I have to go and do them now, and they're not difficult. They're just, in my opinion, they're just not very fun. They're not very fun content. They're very repetitive. They're very, like, you can face roll them when you get to a certain level, and it just kind of feels really pointless. For the longest time, there's been no will to do them because they just don't offer any rewards that are worth it. The only thing they're really good for is farming currency, but me personally, I don't like them. I really don't like them, so I haven't done them, so I don't care about that currency. Obviously that has hindered my progress, but at the same time, for me personally, I genuinely hate them, so I don't do them. But now I'm forced to, so that's always really great. Definitely a positive thing that I am not going to yeah, okay, I'm not. It doesn't matter. I hate it. That's it. It's really boring, shitty content, and I'm basically being forced to do it. But yeah, it's not ideal, but I suppose it is what it is. It's a best in slot belt. This is the belt here. It's called Disk, Durable Information Securing Container, and then you can basically like farm all of these different effects. I completed this late last night, and I haven't actually looked into which would be best, but there are like, some of them sound like things that have come before, sort of in other avenues of the game, like old legendaries and stuff like that. So there are definitely things that we would be familiar with, which is positive. Of course, that's positive. The only like thing that I take from it is that they've got this really sort of piece of content that they've spent a lot of time on, and nobody's actually doing it, or people are doing it on alts, and that's really it. That's why I did it on mine. I did it on my rogue. I did it on my tank when I was leveling them. Just to grab some sort of quick little pieces of gear, but you very quickly out-level them, and it becomes sort of obsolete. So I feel like they've kind of went, okay, we need to do something because we've spent a lot of resources on this content and nobody is using. What do we do? I know you need to go get this belt, bro. And it's like, right, alright, fine. If it helps me push some more Mythic Plus and it helps me get a little bit more out of my character, then I suppose that's good. Because right now I am struggling. I'm not enjoying World of Warcraft the way I was. I feel like I'm wasting my time a lot because there isn't anything that I'm really able to do, purely because of the time it takes. So having to spend hours joining groups, failing groups, and not actually progressing myself in any way, I would rather do something more valuable with my time, which recently, believe it or not, is punching small animals in the face all over the World of Warcraft and putting them in a cage. So that's literally it. That's what by the way, this is what we're about to do right now. So this is just something I've been doing to sort of bide my time. I quite like collecting all the little pets, so that's what I've been doing. it sucks that I'm paying a subscription for a game that I feel like I am being forced to play, and again, it comes down to I don't do anything in this game I do not enjoy. I raid because I actually quite enjoy raiding with other, like, I quite enjoy raiding with the community, you know, like my guild and stuff like that. I think that's really, I think it's really fun, and I think it's really underrated. Not enough people actually do it, so it feels good to actually be part of a guild and do these things. But the problem comes when it's doing other content with my character out with the guild, so Mythic Plus and stuff like that. It becomes really sort of demotivating, pouring your time into something, not getting anything out of it, and wasting what little time you have the game on failure. So I've been playing a lot more Overwatch. I've been playing a little bit of like Rocket League and Fortnite. I'm going to be doing a new game that came out yesterday on stream tonight. Like, these are things that I'm sort of being pushed into doing because I just don't have the sort of will to be able to sit here on World of Warcraft and pour in hours. And I mean, the belt, by the way, that is just the first thing that was added. They've added lore walking, so there's some older content that you can do. I think it's to do with the Lich King. It's to do with Xal'atath, and there's another one. I can't actually remember which boss it was. It might not have been. It's the guys that look like bandages. What are they? Ethereals? Ethereals? Yeah, anyway, it's those guys. So there's like 3 stories that you can complete. I think you get some toys and a mount or something like that. So that's probably something I'm absolutely going to do. I quite like some of the old content, so I'm definitely gonna do that because I think that'll be fun, especially the Lich King. I think that's pretty much everybody's favourite expansion, Wrath of the Lich King. Anybody that's been playing since back then, it's very lore heavy, and it's just overall just amazing. I look forward to doing that. I mean, other little things that were added. There was some quality of life changes that was added. There was like the 1-button rotation, so like you basically just press literally 1 button, and it plays, like it casts the best spell for the it casts the best spell for like the maximum amount of DPS, what I understand, which again, like, that could be good certainly at lower levels of Mythic, of raiding, being able to get a little bit more out of your character and see, okay, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? What am I doing right? You know, oh, I didn't think to cast that, oh, this, and I think that's positive, but then on the other side of it, you're kind of taken away from everybody because you're just giving people 1 button, and that's not very engaging to be able to. I mean, obviously here on my tank, you can see here all of my sort of my buttons that are on my bar that I can, you know, click. I've got things that are bound, so shift 3, shift 4, shift 5, like all of that's taken away so that you can just bind it to your mouse wheel. And, you know, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I've seen some very, very positive things about it, where it's like very top end players, like Mythic Plus runners, Mythic Raiders have tried it and used it, and this is like, it's doing almost as much DPS as they would do if they were doing it themselves, which is insane. Now, the only increase is the global cooldown timer, so you're technically going to be able to cast less spells with one button, but if you're able to complete a very difficult piece of content with one button, why would anybody ever use anything else? Humans make mistakes, right? So this cooldown timer, the global cooldown timer, kind of is like your human mistake. So yeah, it's going to be interesting how it pans out. I know a couple of people that have tried it and they say, look, you need to try it. I haven't obviously tried it yet. I haven't even looked at it, so it's just a case of reading about it and seeing what I think, and then actually giving it. Yeah, and that's, I mean, there was some class changes, but there was, to my knowledge, there was nothing for mage, so we don't really care about the class changes because it doesn't involve me. I think if you're a paladin, there was a change. Maybe. I can't say I care because it's not mage. So that's all I've got to say about that. The other thing that was added was like these. I think they're called greedy emissaries or something like that. It's like a minute. Oh, I don't need you. What is this? Brewfest. I don't even need that. Let's fly and complete this quest. Yeah, they're like emissaries you can kill that I think appear in the main cities, something like that. Still in the same area, yeah. Cool. Yeah, something like that. There's like some mounts you can get. There's some tier you can get. It's like tier 2, so it's like really old. But yeah, I personally I don't have an interest in mounts or transmogs, but I mean, if it's there, hell it, you know, free stuff is free stuff, right? Like, hell yeah. I would love it for my rogue, but I'm not like overly bothered.
Come back. I'll be here.
So what was the purpose of this? Yeah, so other than that, that is basically like it for the new content. There's some you get more storyline. There's a little bit of there's a little bit of like what's the word? Lore. Oh, sorry, my brain is melting. Yeah, there's a little bit of like extra lore that we got this week. I got the achievement from it yesterday. Yeah, Rise of the Red Dawn. So it was all to do with like Hammerfall and starting a war, and it was like, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it. Like, play it, read it. It's a lot of fun. I love that. I love that about World of Warcraft. It's always been something that has set World of Warcraft apart. Is their actual lore, basically. But yeah, this is what it's called, Rise of the Red Dawn, and it's in the is it the Hinterlands? I think it is. Bro, maybe I'm talking out my ass. Yes, it is. Wait, was that? Was that? Is it the Hinterlands? God damn it. Yeah, so anyway, it's the Arathi Highlands. Hinterlands is right above it, okay, so give me a break. But yeah, other than that, there isn't anything else. So yeah, moving on. Real life for me this week. I got, finally, actually, I got paid from Twitch. They decided that, you know what, let's let him have his money that is actually his. and I bought myself a new gaming chair. And if you're thinking, hey Joe, it looks like you're sitting on a piece of shit still, that's because I've not built it, okay? It came last night, it's lying over there in a box. I'll probably be building it as this video renders, and I'm hoping to use it like today on stream and stuff, but again, I have no idea even how difficult it will be to build. So yeah, I ain't gonna hold my breath. I'm hopefully gonna get it done today, but it is what it is, right? Sure thing. I just want to say, yeah, there's so many names. There are so many names, and there are so many of you, and I can't express enough gratitude to all of you, because you think that I am worthy of not only your time and attention, but even the little bit of money that you worked hard for to help me out. Now, I think that is absolutely, I can't express enough gratitude for that. Like, there are so many names. Like, looking at the list of like resubs and bits and all that sort of stuff, it's heartwarming, and I truly wish you guys would just not do it. You know, like, I make this content because I want to, not because I want to make money. I want to do it, and I want to build a community or somewhere for you guys where you can come, you can be yourself, you can watch a movie, you can suggest a game, and I will buy the game and play it for you, because you guys sub, you guys give me a little bit of money every month to be able to buy the games that I play for you. You know, this is, everything is built for you, and every penny that I earn goes back into the stream. Buying emotes for you guys, buying a new chair so that this one is like literally, mate, it's actually falling apart. You know, it's done, and that's fine. And I've used the money over the last 3 months to be able to buy a new chair. You know, like, it's insane how generous you guys are, and you work hard for your money, and I feel guilty taking it, and that's why I always suggest that, you know, I don't deserve it. Use it for yourself, you know. But since everybody made a meme out of ignoring me, I am telling you thank you, and that I am using it to make your experience better. Yeah, we bought a new game that we're going to play tonight, Still Wakes the Deep. It's the Scottish oil rig game. There's a part 2 that came out yesterday, Siren's Call I think it's called. Brand new, and I just bought it. And I used the money that I got from Twitch, and I'm paying for that game, and I'm paying for the chair, and we're going to play it tonight, you know. So you don't have to. You can sit and play along. Choices will be made by chat if there are any, and it's always a fun experience doing that with you guys, and I get to do that because of you guys. Yeah, so I appreciate that. I wanted to actually apologize for being in my gym kit. I've just been to the gym this morning as well. I smell like fucking death. You know, I need a shower, man. And I walked into the baker's and I got my coffee. Yeah. I want to thank Bells and Tyro, Dom. I want to thank you guys for grabbing my coffee this week. I got a slightly bigger coffee because you both went for it. So I got a big cappuccino, and I got some chocolate and stuff on top. Yeah. So I'm like a big child, but it's absolutely awesome, and I just want to thank you guys for donating to grab my coffee, for making this video. So like I said, like, it's the best way, I think, to support me. I'm not looking to make money. You know, I'm hoping that one day YouTube decide that, oh, actually, you know, we're going to allow you to monetize things. But that could be a year down the road, so I'm not even going to worry about it. If you guys want to support me, the best way to do it, the link is in the description. Grab me a coffee. I will shout you out next video, and I will sit with my coffee, and I will talk to you guys, and we will go over what you. Yeah. Other than that, I'm pretty much done. But I wanted to take a couple of minutes, and I wanted to talk about something very, very serious, which is mental health. As a lot of you would know, mine is a bag of shit. Some of you know why, some of you don't. The truth is, it's a lot of little things. and a long life of horrible things that have happened, and I am working through it in psychology, so proper therapy. I have not been doing well the last, you know, few weeks. I've had a couple appointments the last sort of few days, and they've negatively affected me. So I went on a crash diet, because I don't like the way I look. Basically, that's there's no other reason. That's why I did it. I went on a crash diet, and I thought, you know, I'm going to try and force a change. Be hopefully to be able to look at myself in the mirror and not hate myself. And obviously this has impacted my mental health as well. So when I went for my appointment this week, the woman was like, you know, okay, so you've decided to like go on a diet. Like, that's great. My calorie intake is nowhere near enough. It's probably about a third of what I actually need to maintain my weight, which I know is unhealthy. I know, of course I know, right? I know, I'm in a diet, and that's fine. Like, we all agree. And she obviously said, like, you know, you're an adult, I'm not going to tell you not to do that, you know, it's your choice to make. But one thing I will say is, from a perspective of mental health, if you are not giving yourself enough food, if you are not giving yourself what you need, nutrient-wise, water, you know, protein, whatever that is, she said, you not only is your body going to go into like this sort of like, oh my god, we are starving, you know, and it will take you probably longer to get started with weight loss, because your body will be starved. It will be a week or two where you see almost no progress before the weight starts to gradually come off. But her concern was, if you have less food and you have less calories, you've got less calories to be able to process things mentally. You're going to have less energy to actually expend thinking. You're going to have less energy to expend actually trying to do the things you need, whether that is getting dressed or dishes. And that was her concern. You know, she said, as much as like you're an adult and you can make your own choice, you need to realize that by eating less, that will impact your mental health, because you just don't have the energy to be able to fight the way you can when you're healthy. This blew my mind, guys. This blew my fucking mind, right? So I was like, okay, right, you know, we had a little back and forth about it. And one thing she said was, you know, before I lost a lot of weight, I lost about 20 kilos of weight before I started going to the gym. And she said, you know, you were unhappy with how you looked, that's why you lost the weight. But you went to the gym after that. Why? I was like, well, because I was unhappy with like how I looked, so I wanted to make a change. So her perspective was, you've lost 20 kilos of weight and you still are not happy with how you look. You're sitting here now, you've been to the gym for a year and a half to 2 years. You've gained weight and muscle, you're stronger, and you're unhappy with how you look. So is being on a crash diet to lose more weight going to change how you look at yourself and how you feel about yourself? Or are you still going to hate the way you look? Bro, what the fuck is that, man? She laid that out like butter on bread, and I was like, I sat there and I was like, you know, you're right, you're absolutely right, you're absolutely 100% right. I hate you for it, but you're right. And that was it, and that was the end of the conversation. She said, like, it sounds like you have like body dysmorphia issues and stuff, and we can work through that and try and change your view, but being on a crash diet and losing weight is probably not going to help. Unreal, right? Now, my mental health has obviously suffered a lot, and it's led to me to make this decision, which is probably negatively impacting me. And it's like, yeah, I just thought this is something that is, it's not positive, but it's like a change of opinion sort of thing. You know, it's like a very enlightening thing that I thought I would share, because I've never ever thought to look at it from that angle. Yeah. Obviously, like, that's me, and not everybody is the same. People are different. You know, people react in different ways to things. Yeah. So I'm not sitting here trying to be king of like mental health and tell you I have the solution, but I'm trying to share with you that, you know, I have issues as well, massive issues with, and this isn't a lie. This is like me wanting to like basically like unalive myself. Yeah, like it's not positive, you know, but I am trying to get help, and I'm trying to recognize that, you know what, you know, that might not be a good choice, right? And you're choking. Yeah, so that might not be the right choice, and I am getting help. I'm lucky, I'm getting help, and not everybody is able to do that, but everybody, including everybody watching this and listening, you can reach out. You can talk to me. And you can talk to me and you can go, you know, I feel that way. Cool, man. Grab a fucking seat. Let's game. Let's talk. Let's do whatever it may be to start you on a journey of getting better, you know? Like, I'm here with you and I'm able to talk about it, you know? Don't be ashamed. There are tons of people, and I've managed to build, by the way, don't ask me how, but I've managed to build a community of people who actually give a flying shit about you. And they will talk, and they will advise you, they will help you, they will listen. And sometimes that's all it takes. They say that all you need is 8 minutes. Yeah, 8 minutes. If you're feeling alone and you're in the darkest place that you've ever been in, and you call someone, all they need to give you is 8 minutes.
Thank you for giving us this chance.
And I've got 8 minutes for you.
The dark spear need our
That's all I'm gonna say. It's emotional, I don't like it, but I have 8 minutes for you guys. Okay? Don't give up. I didn't. And if I can do it, bro, if I can do it, literally a clam could do it. Alright, so let's beat around the bush. Okay? Right. On that extremely positive note, yeah, on that extremely positive note, I am going to end. I am going to render this video in tears, and we are going to be live later on. I hope to see you on stream. We are going to be playing a new game, so I do hope to see you there. Otherwise, have a great week. I will see you next Thursday for the next video. Other than that, that is going to be it. I am going to say I love you. It is much love, and I will see you in the next one.